Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I think today we are going to be looking at our game's Ice Elementalist. I am, of course, referring to Yuki, who has a very Japanese design in that, you look at her hair, the kimono that she's wearing, which also points out the idea that she is inspired by the Japanese yokai known as the Yuki-onna, obviously where she gets her name. But we'll get into that. We'll get into more details about that during the run. Oh, pardon me. I just woke up, so if I start yawning like that, I apologize. But if it makes you guys yawn too, then we all know that there's something to the yawning is contagious idea. So, how does Yuki work? Well, basically, she is going to be spending a lot of time freezing enemies. Every 6 shots, she sends out a butterfly that projects essentially an aura that freezes enemies in place, and if they're already frozen, they take damage equal to your bullet damage. Which means that Yuki can actually work well with multiple different weapon types just because of that, but I say the 2 best weapons to work with for her are either the dual SMGs or the flame cannon. We're going to try with the dual SMGs. Let's quick look at the runes that we want to use. So, an additional chance for my shots to ignite or freeze. Doing that 50 times will give me more fire rate and reload speed for a bit. And then a chance of spreading the status effect to nearby enemies. So, enhanced crowd control, essentially. And then we want ethereal because we'd rather not be spending a lot of time reloading. Again, pardon me. Oh, as far as the defensive runes, I'm going with what I've been using. But there's definitely a case to be made for switching agility for seismic ward, or for switching premonition to healing or blessing. Either one. But yeah, I almost never switch away from growth. It just seems like that's kind of almost the only choice for the bottom row. But we're going to try with agility and premonition. And we're going to go to the forest. Now, because of how the dual SMGs work, it becomes incredibly obvious that each gun is triggering the butterflies. Alright, now what do we have? Renegade? I think take aim just to get down to assassination. But what I would like to get is further mastery over ice, and I would like to get Pyromage. Now, when I had tried this with the flame cannon earlier and was doing pretty well, I just ended up getting into a position where I couldn't deal with what was happening and ended up getting overwhelmed. It's a real shame. Now, obviously, we're not taking down enemies very quickly, but we do have an uncanny ability to control space. We're gonna take that because I would like to get down to run and gun. Well, there's assassination. That is definitely what we want. And if we can get the power shot tree to show up again, what we'd really like out of that is Splinter. And then obviously out of the ice tree, what we want is Frostbite. Take quick hands. If this is looking a little bit difficult to take down enemies to you, then trust me, it is. There we go, double shot. And there's Frost Mage, it's about time! Now, the sooner we can get to Frostbite, the better. And we got... Ooh, we can send out more frost butterflies. I'm okay with that. There's run and gun. So at this point, I'm pretty okay to no longer worry about the haste tree. Now we just need more ice, some fire. Basically, we just need more element. There's Frostbite. And there we go. See? Now we're gonna take Tome of Electro. Because like I said, the bullet damage is not the most important thing about this weapon. This weapon just makes it really easy to trigger elemental effects. There's Pyro Mage. The thing that I think is going to help out the most from Tome of Electro is the reload speed. Sniper, rapid fire. So either rapid fire or fan fire would be good. I think I'm gonna go rapid fire. Because by firing faster, we can send out more frost butterflies. It basically just gives us more control over our everything. Power shot. And I think fan fire is our best choice because it'll help us get down to Fusillade faster. And yes, it does kind of work against Ethereal a bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Ice Shard. I think we take Sniper for the additional bullet damage. Which, yeah, it's not the most important thing in the world, but it does help. Also, the shots traveling faster will also make a difference. Also remember that the frost butterflies are doing damage to frozen enemies equal to my bullet damage. Here we go, a little bit more crowd control. None of these are great. Suppose we take Dark Art because that can actually culminate in something. Plus, remember, a Yuki Onna is supposed to be a ghost. Their whole thing is being that they are women who get, not even necessarily women, but that is typically what they are because, you know, the word Onna means girl or woman. So, but their whole deal is that they are spirits that have been killed by the cold, and their whole thing is guiding lost travelers further into the cold in order to get them lost in the mountains and cause them to freeze to death. Yeah, no one said that they were a friendly yokai. They're just very pretty. I accidentally bumped into somebody. No, one could even classify a move like that as being incredibly spiteful, and I mean, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to take Hail Shot. That means our bullets have a much greater chance to inflict frozen. They also do Essentially, that's 5 times damage against frozen enemies, so... As you can see, we are now making much easier work of our foes. And we also have friendly birds chirping in the background. It's beautiful. How interested am I in trying to get stand your ground? Because I could also take Electromage. I'm going to aim for stand your ground. But the other thing that we want to be aiming for is, of course, Frostfire. Now, I'll quick show you guys what Frostfire is all about. There you go. When you inflict freeze, you also inflict burn for 6 damage per second. So I just need to get intense burn. So hopefully that comes up sooner rather than later. We're about to be getting into a rather difficult section of the level where we get lots of gun bitches. You gonna take Power Shot? I would. I mean, first of all, a little bit of a base damage improvement isn't going to hurt anybody. But secondly, and more importantly, it's also going to make it so my Frost Butterflies do more damage. That and 5 times even just a small amount of damage adds up. Especially since I've got so many projectiles going out right now. Yeah, you can see that even though it doesn't look like we're doing a ton of damage all at once, it is definitely getting the job done. Sure. Plus, it gives me more reload rate. Which, honestly, that was kind of the whole idea, is just I wanted to be able to reload faster. Like, any number of frames that we can spend firing and not reloading are good frames to me. Feel the bitter cold upon your flesh. Let it whisk you away into the next world. Yeah, so even though Yuki's kill counts might not necessarily get super high, her ability to control the battlefield is unprecedented. Go. Now, when I was trying this with the flame cannon earlier, I had actually gotten walled at the upcoming boss. We'll see if that's still ends up being what happens here. Here you go. Enemies inflicted with curse take 30% more damage. That was actually kind of the reason why I went down the curse tree. Not because I thought the curse would be effective, but because Wither is actually such an interesting skill. Like, it by itself makes it worth going down the curse tree. Where is that boss? There it is. We're also now at the point where small enemies will be doing double damage, so I need to be very careful about what's going on. And there we go. Ooh, definitely take Tome of Elements. That's what I wish I had gotten the first time around. So now Freeze lasts longer, and Lightning and Fire do 35% more damage. See, all these little, like, damage increases add up quite a bit, so don't think that just because you don't have, like, a single shot doing, like, 300 damage, that means that you're not getting the job done. Ritual! Now, I don't know how many of these enemies are counting as being killed by curse damage, but... oh well. And the piece de resistance, the brittle perk that I just perked up, which makes frozen enemies take 30% more damage. Like, you can see how this is working now, I assume. And thanks to Kill Clip, we basically don't have to worry about reload times anymore. And even though I don't think we're going to get to Frostfire, just because I haven't seen Intense Burn yet, I'm pretty sure we'll make it through this pretty easily. Basically, it just ended up being that what is it? The Hail Mag is what it's called. But yeah, that basically did the job in and of itself. And then everything else was just layered on top of that to make that effect more pronounced. Ritual, well, not ritual, but Wither. Like, everything was designed so that it would take full advantage of essentially making it so that enemies take more damage from status effects. I am curious. Did I end up finding Intense Burn and just not remember taking it? No, I haven't found Intense Burn yet. I think it's weird that I've gotten every other fire-based perk except that one. But yeah, you can even tell just by the submachine guns. Take light bullets. Even by the submachine guns, like level 20 evolutions, this weapon was very much designed with the elementalists in mind. Thanks to Kill Clip, we're basically not needing to reload, like, ever. Sure. Now we've just got random bullets coming out of a bunch. And now the Wonder Tree is going to show up. And you don't stand much of a chance, but there you are. Death Plague. No, we'll take Soul Powered. It doesn't matter, really. It's just one last enemy we need to deal with, and between Assassination, Frostbite, and all of the things that are being layered on top to make enemies take more damage for essentially having status effects, he won't last long. Or I should say it, because I doubt that this thing has a gender. And actually, that's not even fair to say, because plants have genders, and mushrooms have more genders than we can possibly understand, so maybe it does have a gender. Maybe it's female. Who knows? So, as you can see, we didn't get a super high level or a ridiculously large number of kills. And that's because at the opening of the game, Yuki's kills come very slowly. It's by layering on more and more stuff that that she starts to become powerful. But it also means that her kill counts tend to be lower because she's more about control than about racking up gigantic numbers of kills. That having been said, I'd still say that wasn't a bad run at all. Even without Frostfire, I think we found another path that worked just as well. And I'm happy for it. So, that is Yuki. Thank you guys very much for watching. I very much enjoy you spending some of your free time here with me, as well as watching my gameplay. It means the world to me that you guys appreciate and enjoy what I do. I hope you have a fantastic day or night wherever you may happen to be, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.